Hey everybody, this is Tony Stewart with the Bike Lab Weekend Update, and we have a special person with us here who is tireless is the word I think of when I think of Tegan, which if you see her name written out, she's heard many different things. What was it, Peggy?
Peggy.
Peggy's your favorite?
And Pagan. And
Pagan.
And
that's actually got a ring to it.
Pagan.
Tajan.
Tajan was the other one.
That's on the south side.
Yes.
It's Megan with a T. So Tegan is here. She runs the OEF and many things. And every Saturday, the next 4 Saturdays in a row, you're actually going to see different things that we talk about with that she's involved with heavily in the community and advocacy around our trail systems, helping kids in school with bikes. She's everywhere. So today we're specifically going to talk about the OEF, which is the Oklahoma Earth Bike Fellowship. And well, tell us, what is the OEF about? What do they do?
OEF is an organization that was started like in 1989. It was incorporated in 1996 as a nonprofit. The sole purpose of the group is to build and advocate for mountain bike trails, maintain them, work with municipalities and landowners, and just make sure that we've got access on great places to ride.
And I wanted, like, how long have you been leading? How have you been? Was it president? Is it Grand Poobah? What's the title?
I've been with the organization for 5 years now. Chris Southern suckered me into becoming a board member. I didn't even know what a berm was. Yeah, seriously. Was a board member for a couple of years, no, for 1 year, and then was a secretary, and then became president 3 years ago. So this year I'm not supposed to be president.
But you happen to still be.
I happen to still be president. So.
Well, from everyone in the community that's seen how much has happened with our trails, thank you for all the work you're doing. I mean, even from the recent developments at Arcadia to just the Trail Boss organization, and the political commentary on Facebook about what should or should not happen. You step in lots of places to help keep those things going. What are some of the exciting things that are happening right now with the OEF around the trail systems in Oklahoma?
Oh my gosh. Well, Claremore has exploded recently. I mean, like in a good way. The trail
Corey White and Des White were here a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about how it went from 0 to 60, like a 10-mile trail in 6 months?
Yeah, it did. They had received a grant, I want to say 9 or 10 years ago. The city did just a little ancillary thing. So they put a trail out there, but nobody ever used it.
Okay.
So it became overgrown, and then, about 3 years ago, some guys found it, and it was, dumped on and just overgrown and everything, and they decided they wanted to build because there was only like 2.5 miles.
Right.
So they started and started getting a large group of local support, and the mileage just started coming. And then it was like, well, shoot, let's have a race. And so then, like, seriously, the last 3 months we've probably put 3 or 4 miles out there.
Oh, wow.
Just knocking it out left and right.
And by the time this video comes out, because I think right now the race is this Sunday.
Yes.
So it's going to be a week or so in the past.
Yes.
But that Claremore Trail is a brand new trail. Medicine Park just came on?
Medicine Park is now an OEF trail. Medicine Park's been an established trail. But just, there's strength in numbers.
Right.
We advocate better when we're doing things together. So they've joined up with us. Like St. Crispin's is an established trail. They've joined with us, and just, a couple other places like that.
That's what's encouraging to. I mean, I know I've not been riding mountain bike nearly as long as many people. But I know there's been times in the past where I'd go out to trails and there would, work days were needed, and it's all free. Like, it doesn't cost you anything, so you never complain because it's like, well, I didn't pay a thing to be out here. Yeah. And you make so much money as president, I'm sure. I'm sure. So how does the OEF function then? How does it get its funds? How does it survive? How does it move and do what it does?
That's a great question. We survive on memberships.
Okay.
Right now, which is kind of hard to believe, we only have about 200 members statewide. And that's including people who name their kids as members. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, membership dollars come. I mean, it's a really great deal. It's easy. It's $35 for a year. I mean, that's a tank of gas if you leave from the metro area and go up to Stillwater.
Also, just spend more on Starbucks every month than that.
Or our bikes.
Well,
I know, right?
With trails like Medicine Park, it's a little necessary.
Yeah. But it's $35 for an individual, $50 for a family. We also accept donations. We do grants. People want to come volunteer to write grants. I'm kind of tired of it right now. But yeah, everything that we do is free for everybody. We get the contracts with the landowners, and doesn't cost the city. Like, I mean, a lot of people, when we meet people who aren't familiar with OEF out on the trails, they assume that the city pays for all of that, and it's their tax dollars that do all this stuff.
It's all volunteer work.
It's all volunteer work. It's us out slinging shovels.
You're the one creating that contract partnership with the city, but it's OEF doing all the work for free and organizing all that work. Well, if you were going to, I mean, obviously there's many needs in the OEF. You guys are doing a killer job, but with only 200 members, I'm sure there's plenty of needs. So if you're going to say, what are the top 2 or 3 things that if someone's watching this right now that they could help you out with would be a huge relief, what would some of those things be?
Show up for a trail day. We get usually the same 10, 15 people that show up at a trail day. In a place like Oklahoma City, you've got a lot of places to ride. You've got a lot of places to choose from, and just show up. You know. And
that would where do you publish when you're having those? Is there an OEF Facebook page?
Yes, we put it on the OEF Facebook page. We'll share it in the Tour de Dirt Facebook page and OK Mountain Bike Trail Conditions Facebook page.
Okay, well I'll link up to the OEF one right here on the screen and in the description below on YouTube and Facebook. So you can click on that, hit like, and then have it be also set up to notify you. There's a little bell thing you click on Facebook pages. That way you can actually see that stuff pop up. Get out to a trail day at your favorite trail. I mean, they have them at all the different trails, right?
Yeah.
What else?
Help set the culture on the trails.
Okay.
You know, you guys get a lot of people in. Somebody just on a whim, I want to buy a mountain bike, and they buy a mountain bike, and they have no clue about what the culture's like. And so, if you see somebody who's doing something that you know is not right on a trail, you know, be nice, be very nice, but just educate, because you know we were all newbies once and we didn't know what berms were.
Right, or we didn't know how you're supposed to pass, or we didn't know that you're supposed to not have both headphones in full blast so you can't hear people coming from behind you. Like, I think there can be with enthusiasm, positivity, there can be a really good teaching environment around that kind of stuff.
We build our culture. We do.
So I like it that you're going into how we create the culture and how we volunteer our time. But hey, if you write grants, she mentioned it, she could use help with that. So if you're doing this now and if you've done that before, as this video kind of reaches out, comment below. I'm going to tag Tegan in it, and she can jump in there and coordinate with you. Also, if you ride on the trails, buy a membership. That's pretty easy. You never have to pay a thing to go to any of the trails. There's a lot of work and time that goes into not only contracts with the city, but also developing these trails. Become a member. And if you're a corporation watching this right now, we might even send this out to some people. There's no reason not to support so much active lifestyle stuff going on. It's also the trails that people hike on, right?
Yes.
So it's not just mountain bikers. We're a bike shop, so we're talking about that. It's not just for mountain bikers. It's for walkers, runners, families.
You know, a year ago, it was almost a year ago exactly, we advocated with the city of Oklahoma City. They wanted to shut down Bluff Creek to everything but mountain bikes. And
well, that was that survey they did, and they only went to one park, which was all bikers.
Yes.
So they got very skewed data.
Yes, they did. But we stood up and said, you know, we don't want to kick families who are out there walking and hikers and joggers. We don't want to kick these people off the trail. They love it just as much as we do.
Right, yeah.
And so, you know, that's part of setting our mountain bike culture, because, you know, sometimes cyclists get a little bad rap, and make sure that we've got a positive
I think there's 2 ways to take it. You can either feel like you're doing the work for everyone else, or you can feel like you have a privilege and that you're getting a chance to set the tone.
That's it.
And you get to set the environment, and you get a chance to take care of something that a lot of different people who don't even ride a bike get a chance to enjoy.
Yeah.
Right? So it's either our privilege, or you can treat it like a burden, but then I think you're treating it the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, that's a lot of information. There's a lot of need with the OEF, but what I like is that you're doing it regardless.
Yes.
You're gonna keep banging it out, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So jump in on that. There's a lot of enthusiasm in what's going on there. We're gonna link up a bunch of stuff below, and even though this video has been going, I know how I do. There'll be a lot of links and things going on. If you have questions, ask them. If you think this was really cool and you just like what's going on, just click like. And if you want to share it with somebody who might go to a trail day and say, hey, we should do this together, or you know someone who's good at grant writing, or you know someone who's a corporation looking to invest in active lifestyle, share it with them in a one-on-one message on Facebook. Get their attention and continue to move forward what we're doing with the trail systems.
You know, we work all the time with corporations like Boeing and stuff. They will send out volunteer groups with us.
Oh, good.
Boy Scout troops reach out to us all the time. Mountain bike trails are perfect for Eagle Scout projects.
There you go.
Yeah. So just anything. We are happy to work with any group that wants to do anything on the trails. We'll guide them and get them moving in the right direction.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking a minute with us to talk about OEF. Make sure you subscribe, because we've got more videos we're doing, because Tegan does so much. So every Saturday, the next couple of Saturdays, you're going to see more and more what that is. Again, I'm Tony Stewart. This is the Bike Lab Weekend Update, and thanks for connecting with us here.